Sadly, at this time, just weeks after being in TNA, Curt Hennig has passed. You've talked about how instantly he clicked with you and your family when he came into TNA. But just talk about that time when you hear of his passing, and if you remember when you talked to him last. What do you remember of him?
Well, so look, I do remember how well he fit in with me, my brother, and my father. Like it was literally like having another one of my brothers there with us. It was just that fit in. But having said that, that's why this one hurt a lot because I had just gotten to know him. We had just all driven 6 hours we drove 6 hours from Pensacola to Nashville every week to record this, and then stayed the night and then drove back. Sometimes we drove it up there that day and drove back that night. It depends on how many cigarettes my dad had. But
and he was on the road with you.
Oh yeah. When we were doing all this, he was driving up and down. He drove. He wouldn't let anybody else drive. But yeah, so this one with Mr. Perfect, like it felt like I had just found out what everybody was always talking about with Curt Hennig, with Mr. Perfect. You know what I mean? And it was, look, truth be told, he was taking the same pills I was taking. He was doing the same, drinking the same stuff I was drinking, smoking the same stuff. You know what I mean? Like we were, and so I don't know. And I think about this often. I try not to get too deep into it, but why him and why not me? You know what I mean? Like it's a bit of survivor's guilt, but it's also like, I can't live there. I can't live in that moment, but I think about that. And I thought about it a lot at the time. But still, it wasn't enough for me to say, I need to quit taking handfuls of pills at a time. You know what I mean? It didn't hurt me so bad that I quit. It takes something more for you to say, for me it did anyway. I'll say that again. For me it did anyway. Something more personal and direct in my face for me to realize I need to change the way I'm living. So yeah, that one hit me hard. I felt like I just met and was introduced to and was forming a relationship with a brother in the ring, a brother of the ring, and a real brother. Like he was just like one of us. It was crazy. So yeah, that one hit me hard.